I almost borderline like being sued because it's the only time where I can be myself, because I sit in those depositions and it'd be hilarious.
Kanye West, known for his larger-than-life persona and controversial statements, found himself at the center of a media storm once again after being hit with a assault charge. The claim comes at a time when the rapper, designer, and entrepreneur has already been grappling with a series of public scandals and legal battles. As the allegations unfold, attention is rapidly shifting toward how West will respond to the accusations, considering his history of defiance and unpredictability. The charge, which has sparked heated discussions on both social media and news platforms, raises significant questions about West's public image, his personal life, and the legal repercussions he may face. Kanye West is facing serious new allegations in a lawsuit filed by a former model who claims that the rapper physically assaulted her during the filming of a LaRue music video at Manhattan's Chelsea Hotel in 2010. According to the lawsuit, West allegedly choked the model with both hands, applying pressure to her neck as she struggled to breathe. In addition to the choking, the suit claims that West subjected the model to what is described as pornographic gagging, a degrading act that left her gasping for air and visibly distressed. The model alleges that this was not part of the planned scene, and she was left in a state of shock and fear during the incident. The lawsuit is drawing attention to not only the specific details of the alleged assault, but also to the broader issue of consent and treatment of women in the entertainment industry, as the incident reportedly occurred behind the scenes during a high-profile music video shoot. These shocking allegations mark another chapter in West's controversial career, which has often been marked by outbursts and legal challenges, and the case is expected to spark further scrutiny of his actions during his rise to fame. In a complaint filed Friday in federal court in New York, plaintiff Jennifer Ann has accused Kanye West of making inappropriate advances and staging a disturbing scene during the filming of LaRue's music video for In for the Kill in 2010. Ann, a former finalist on America's Next Top Model, claims that she was dressed in lingerie and working as a background actor for the video when West arrived on set and pointed directly at her, saying, "Give me the Asian girl," and alleges that she was caught off guard by West's command, which seemed to single her out in a manner that felt both objectifying and demeaning. According to the lawsuit, West then approached her, allegedly towering over her and breathing heavily in an intimidating manner. The model claims that, without any prior consent or discussion, West directed the camera crew to zoom in on her face, taking control of the scene in a way that felt as if he was creating his own separate production within the larger shoot, and argues that she had no say in the matter and was made to feel uncomfortable and powerless on set, as West seemingly staged a moment that was not part of the original plan. The complaint highlights the overwhelming nature of the incident, within describing how West's presence and actions left her feeling objectified and vulnerable. The lawsuit, which was obtained by Rolling Stone, accuses West of exploiting his power in the entertainment industry to control the situation and push boundaries without regard for Ann's comfort or consent. The incident, as described in the complaint, is part of a broader pattern of alleged misconduct that has drawn attention to issues of consent, power dynamics, and the treatment of women in the entertainment industry, particularly on sets, where stars like West are known to exert significant influence. On camera, defendant West began to choke plaintiff with one hand. He then wrapped his other hand around her neck and continued to strangle her with both hands, the lawsuit alleges. He then rammed several fingers down her throat, continuously moved them in and out, and gagged her. The lawsuit emphasizes that these actions were not part of the scripted video shoot, and the model claims she was subjected to this degrading treatment without warning or agreement, and describes the scene as a violation of her personal boundaries, with West using his power and influence on set to assert control in a way that felt both predatory and exploitative. The alleged incident, as described in the legal filing, highlights a troubling pattern of behavior in which Ann was left feeling trapped, vulnerable, and humiliated by the actions of a powerful figure in the entertainment industry. In the lawsuit, Jennifer Ann claims that Kanye West's actions during the incident were not only physically invasive, but also explicitly degrading. According to the complaint, West allegedly used his fingers to emulate forced on Ann, a claim that paints the interaction in an overtly and violent light. The lawsuit further states that West screamed, "This is art. This is I am like Picasso," as he carried out the assault, attempting to justify his actions as part of a creative expression. The lawsuit compares the alleged assault to acts commonly associated with pornographic gagging, deep throat techniques, and BDSM fetishes, highlighting the disturbing and non-consensual nature of the encounter. and argues that this behavior was far from the boundaries of normal professional conduct on a music video set and amounted to a severe violation of her personal space and rights. The claim suggests that West not only inflicted physical harm, but also emotionally manipulated the situation by framing it as art, invoking the controversial notion that such acts could be justified in the name of creativity or artistic freedom. The graphic nature of the allegations paints a disturbing portrait of power, within describing how West's actions left her feeling objectified, powerless, and traumatized. As Jennifer Ann panicked under Kanye West's alleged assault, she described a growing sense of helplessness and desperation. According to the lawsuit, as West continued with the disturbing actions, including gyrating his hand, and looked around the room in a frantic attempt to find anyone who might intervene or come to her aid. However, she claims that no one on set took action, leaving her to endure the assault in isolation. Plaintiff struggled to breathe and felt as if she had temporarily blacked out. When defendant West decided that he was finished with plaintiff, her face was covered in saliva and smeared makeup, the lawsuit states. When West finally stopped, the aftermath was described as both physically and emotionally distressing. Ann's face was allegedly covered in saliva, and her makeup was smeared, leaving a visible mark of the assault. The lawsuit emphasizes the deep trauma she experienced during the incident, underscoring the violation of her personal boundaries and the profound impact of being subjected to such treatment in a professional setting. The lack of intervention from those around her has further fueled the gravity of the allegations, calling into question the culture of complicity that may have allowed this behavior to go unchallenged. In her lawsuit, Jennifer Ann has named Universal Music Group, UMG, as a co-defendant, accusing the company of playing a significant role in both facilitating the alleged assault and failing to take appropriate action afterward. According to the complaint, UMG arranged for Kanye West's planned cameo in the music video for LaRue's In for the Kill and was aware of the circumstances surrounding the shoot, and claims that despite the disturbing nature of the incident, UMG did nothing to investigate the situation or address her allegations and strangulation, which she argues allowed the assault to occur unchecked. The model's legal action is aimed at both seeking justice for the physical and emotional harm she endured and holding UMG accountable for their apparent negligence. She accuses West including the alleged strangulation and non-consensual physical acts, and is seeking compensatory damages to cover the emotional distress, trauma, and any medical treatment that may result from the incident. In addition to compensatory damages, Ann is also pursuing punitive damages, which would serve as a form of punishment against both West and Universal Music Group for their roles in perpetuating the alleged abuse and failure to act. The inclusion of UMG as a defendant underscores the growing scrutiny of how major entertainment companies handle allegations of misconduct, particularly in cases involving powerful figures like West, and raises questions about the industry's responsibility to protect its employees and actors on set. Upon filing her lawsuit on Friday, Jennifer Ann issued a powerful statement explaining her motivation behind speaking out and the broader impact she hopes her actions will have, and expressed her belief that by sharing her story, she can help pave the way for a safer world for artists, particularly women in the music and entertainment industries. Women in the music and entertainment industries have been subject for years with no recourse to speak out or implement change, and said, highlighting the pervasive issue of conduct and the systemic challenges survivors face in finding justice. She went on to describe the entertainment industry as a dangerous place for women, where they are often treated as mere objects rather than respected professionals. The industries have thrived on placing us in abusive power dynamics, and asserted calling attention to the exploitative systems that have allowed such behavior to persist unchecked for so long. Ann's statement emphasizes that, beyond seeking legal precedent, survivors within these industries often find themselves with nothing but their voices to fight back. Through her lawsuit, Ann hopes to not only hold her abusers accountable, but also to inspire change within an industry long criticized for its complicity in enabling such behavior. I hope to hold the abusers accountable through the legal system, she added, stressing her commitment to using the legal process as a tool for creating lasting reform and protecting future generations of women in entertainment. Ann's legal team, consisting of lawyers Christine Hintze, Melissa Baruti, and Jesse Weinstein, has commended her for the bravery she demonstrated in coming forward with her allegations allegations. Everyone's voice is important, and West cannot escape liability because of his success and notoriety, Weinstein said in a statement, emphasizing that no individual, regardless of their fame or power, should be exempt from facing the consequences of their actions. The legal team expressed their strong belief that Ann's decision to speak out will not only empower other survivors, but also serve as a reminder that accountability must be upheld, even for high-profile figures in the entertainment industry. Representatives for Kanye West, Universal Music Group, UMG, and La Rue have not immediately responded to requests for comment regarding the new lawsuit filed by Jennifer Ann. The timing of the lawsuit is particularly notable, as it comes on the heels of another legal action against West. Last week, a former staff member of West's Yeezy brand filed a lawsuit accusing him of subjecting the employee to anti-Semitic tirades and forcing him to sit in a hotel suite while West engaged in loud activity. The two lawsuits further add to the growing list of legal battles and public controversies surrounding the rapper and fashion mogul, with accusations of inappropriate behavior and abuse of power continuing to mount. Kanye West is facing new allegations in a lawsuit filed by a former staff member of his Yeezy brand, who claims that working for the rapper turned into a living nightmare. According to the lawsuit, West allegedly subjected the employee to frequent anti-Semitic tirades, which were often intertwined with personal attacks on Kim Kardashian, his ex-wife. The employee asserts that these outbursts created a toxic and hostile work environment where he was forced to endure verbal abuse and bigoted comments on a regular basis. The lawsuit also describes disturbing incidents during work meetings, where West reportedly created an atmosphere of discomfort and humiliation. The staffer claims that these meetings often took place in hotel suites, with West engaging in loud encounters in adjoining rooms. The employee alleges that he was forced to sit in close proximity, unable to escape the disruptive and degrading situation. The combination of emotional abuse and inappropriate behavior, according to the lawsuit, turned the work environment into one of constant anxiety and fear, leaving the staffer feeling powerless and trapped.
Could Kanye West's latest lawsuit reveal disturbing new lows? According to former employee Murphy Aficionado, West allegedly claimed that Kim Kardashian has Jewish masters and insisted that the Jews are out to get me.
These new allegations add to the mounting list of legal battles surrounding West, further painting a picture of a pattern of erratic and harmful behavior, both in his personal and professional life. The lawsuit calls attention to the abuse of power that the employee claims to have experienced while working for Yeezy, and raises questions about the larger culture of toxic behavior within West's enterprises. Plaintiff Murphy Aficionado, who was hired by Kanye West, now legally known as Ye, as a project manager in October 2022, initially viewed the position as a dream opportunity. However, Aficionado's lawsuit paints a grim picture of what quickly turned into an abusive and exploitative work environment. According to the legal filing, Aficionado was tasked with working up to 70 hours a week, often staying overnight in the office to meet demanding deadlines. Despite being promised a rate of $125 per hour, he claims that his compensation was never delivered as agreed. Instead, Aficionado alleges he was subjected to constant racist lectures, volatile outbursts from West, and a series of unfulfilled promises regarding his pay and career advancement. The lawsuit claims that rather than being treated as a valued employee, Aficionado found himself trapped in a toxic atmosphere where he was constantly belittled and subjected to the rapper's erratic behavior. Aficionado describes a work environment that was not only grueling and emotionally draining, but also marked by West's abusive language and manipulative conduct. The combination of unpaid wages, verbal abuse, and broken promises led to a situation that Aficionado argues was far from the dream gig he had hoped for when he joined Yeezy. Yee's anti-Semitic tirades and conspiracies were a daily occurrence. Often, these outbursts involved how Jews controlled the Kardashians. Other times, Ye recounted how Jews were going after him and his money, the lawsuit filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court states. The lawsuit underscores how these outbursts were not isolated incidents, but rather a regular part of Aficionado's experience working under West, creating an atmosphere of hostility and discrimination. According to the lawsuit filed by lawyers Kanye R. Shagarian and William Reed, Kanye West allegedly made a series of deeply troubling and anti-Semitic remarks to his employee, Murphy Aficionado, during their interactions. On one occasion, West reportedly told Aficionado, "The Jews are out to get me. They froze my bank account. The Jews got Kim Kardashian and my kids." The statement, laced with conspiracy theories, left Aficionado confused and unsettled, prompting him to ask West to clarify what he meant. In response, West allegedly further fueled the dangerous rhetoric, saying, "The Jews convinced Kim Kardashian. She has Jewish masters." These comments, as described in the lawsuit, reflect a broader pattern of anti-Semitic tirades that Aficionado claims were a daily occurrence while working under West. The rapper's statements reportedly insinuated that Jews were orchestrating various aspects of his personal and professional life, including his relationship with Kim Kardashian and his financial troubles. West's remarks not only perpetuated harmful stereotypes about Jewish people, but also created a hostile and toxic work environment for Aficionado, who was left to navigate a constant barrage of discriminatory rhetoric. The lawsuit highlights the emotional toll these outbursts had on Aficionado and underscores the damaging impact of West's behavior on both his employees and the larger public discourse. In late November 2022, Murphy Aficionado claims he was summoned to a meeting with Kanye West at the luxurious Beverly Hills Waldorf Astoria, a location that would quickly become the backdrop for unsettling and inappropriate behavior. Upon arriving at the suite, Aficionado alleges he was greeted by a strange and tense scene. He reportedly noticed a lawyer representing conservative commentator Candace Owens exiting the room just as he entered. The timing was significant, as only a month earlier, West and Owens had made headlines by posing together at his Paris fashion show, both wearing matching White Lives Matter t-shirts, a controversial moment that had drawn widespread criticism. As Aficionado entered the suite, he claims he was taken aback when he spotted West's wife, Bianca Censori, standing topless inside. Feeling uncomfortable, Aficionado says he tried to leave the room, but West allegedly commanded him to sit down, insisting that he stay for the meeting. The tension in the room only heightened when West supposedly referred to the lawyer, who had just left, as a Jewish spy, further deepening the atmosphere of hostility and anti-Semitic rhetoric that Aficionado claims had become a constant feature of his experience working with West. The situation took an even more disturbing turn when West allegedly sought to demonstrate his dominance. Aficionado claims West opened the door to the bedroom where Censori had retreated, exposing her topless body again in a deliberate act. To make matters worse, West reportedly left the door slightly ajar and proceeded to engage in loud with Censori, all while Aficionado was left in the main room, waiting in silence for their meeting to resume. The combination of and demeaning behavior, coupled with the uncomfortable and inappropriate atmosphere, further exemplifies the toxic and disturbing dynamics Aficionado claims to have endured while working for West. Disturbed, Aficionado wanted nothing more than to leave. However, Aficionado feared further retaliation by one of the most famous, powerful, and erratic artists in the world, the lawsuit states. Despite his overwhelming desire to walk out and remove himself from the toxic environment, Aficionado reportedly felt he had no choice but to stay, fearing the potential consequences of angering West, whose erratic behavior had already been a source of anxiety for those working with him. The situation reportedly took another alarming turn when West returned from the bedroom wearing a t-shirt emblazoned with a swastika, a symbol associated with hate, violence, and anti-Semitism. In a chilling display of defiance and dominance, West allegedly confronted Aficionado with an aggressive question. "Don't you like my shirt?" The t-shirt, coupled with the already tense atmosphere, compounded the deeply unsettling nature of the encounter. West's behavior, as described in the lawsuit, seemed designed not only to intimidate and humiliate Aficionado, but also to test his limits and challenge his ability to endure the increasingly bizarre and offensive circumstances. Aficionado's claims reflect a disturbing pattern of power dynamics and coercion, where fear of retaliation from West overshadowed his right to feel safe or respected in the workplace. The combination of West's erratic outbursts, anti-Semitic rhetoric, and overtly inappropriate actions made the experience one of extreme discomfort and emotional distress for Aficionado, who alleges he was left in a position where compliance and silence seemed to be the only options available. According to the lawsuit, Kanye West allegedly instructed Murphy Aficionado to return to the same suite for another meeting later that same week. When Aficionado arrived, he claims he found West in the suite accompanied by an unnamed, famous NFL wide receiver. Both men were reportedly dressed only in towels. Aficionado asserts that during the meeting, West and the NFL player took turns entering a separate room where they allegedly engaged in loud, audible S3xual encounters with a masseuse. Aficionado sat uncomfortably as time slowly passed, the lawsuit claims, while he listened to the clapping and moaning from that room where Ye and his masseuse had. This disturbing scene, as outlined in the lawsuit, paints a picture of a highly inappropriate and uncomfortable work environment, one in which Aficionado felt trapped in a situation where he had no control and was subjected to both verbal and environmental harassment. Aficionado claims that West instructed him to relocate the music mogul's controversial K-12 private Christian school, Donda Academy, to a new campus in Chatsworth in February 2023, when Aficionado and others on his team explained that building permits would be needed to turn the decrepit property into a safe environment for kids. West allegedly became irate and yelled that he would not accept waiting for or using permits, the lawsuit alleges. Aficionado says he was terminated in July 2023 when it was announced Donda Academy would no longer be in operation. Aficionado's lawsuit includes claims for discrimination, hostile work environment, labor code violations, failure to pay wages, and wrongful termination. It names West, Yeezy, and Donda Academy as defendants. Attempts to reach a representative for West and his companies were not immediately successful Thursday. A spokeswoman for Kardashian did not respond to a request for comment. The new lawsuit is the latest in a wave of complaints filed against West after anti-Semitic rants posted on his social media accounts in October 2022 sparked widespread criticism and the end of his lucrative partnerships with Gap and Adidas. In one particularly infamous Twitter post, West told his millions of followers on October 8, 2022, that he was a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Twitter, now X, removed the statement and locked West out of his account. As West faced ongoing fallout and his billionaire status deteriorated, simmering problems with Donda Academy would eventually lead to the school's dissolution. A former teacher at the school sued West last April with claims the musician voiced anti-Semitic conspiracy theories in front of students and said he wanted 2 students to shave their heads and be locked in cages. Plaintiff Trevor Phillips alleges West also simulated in front of him during a meeting at a hotel while the movie The Batman played on mute. Phillips is represented by the same legal team as Aficionado. West's vitriol, hate, and anti-Semitism continues, as does his complete and utter disrespect for the women around him. Aficionado's lawyer William Reed said in a statement shared Thursday with Rolling Stone, "By filing Aficionado's lawsuit, we aim to vindicate our clients' rights and force Ye to learn that this conduct has no place in our society. We very much look forward to Mr. Aficionado's day in court." As Kanye West faces mounting legal challenges, including assault charge filed by Murphy Aficionado, his reaction remains to be seen. Given his history of erratic behavior and controversial statements, it is unclear how West will address these serious allegations. If you enjoyed this video, click on the ones showing on your screen now to watch similar content.